What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Are you here to find out what is the best underbarrel for recoil control? Well, this is the video for you guys. So as we know, there are a lot of underbarrels to choose from, but actually there's not that many of them that actually give you recoil control. So we're going to be testing all the ones that say recoil control, or like this one that gives you accuracy, aiming, stability, and also the last one because it doesn't have any cons. But with that being said, let's jump into today's video. So for the first test, we're going to be testing the CARVER FOREGRIP, which is the most used foregrip right now, and then the hand stop. And again, I like using the SCG because it has a little bit of vertical recoil control, and it also does have a little bit of horizontal. So let's go ahead and test it. First up, let's go with the hand stop, with the CARVER FOREGRIP. And again, I like doing two tests, and we're going to be doing 15 meters apart on this one. So let's go ahead and blast off. I like doing two tests because remember, not both of the tests are identical. So let's go ahead and now switch to the next one, which is the hand stop. Make sure we're still 15 meters apart. And as far as the tests go, I mean, I use my CARVER FOREGRIP the most, which is the one that we have on the left-hand side. But it does seem that the hand stop actually does a little bit better job with the vertical recoil. I mean, just a little tiny bit. But not only that, I think the lines are a little bit straighter here. So I think these lines are a little bit straighter compared to this one. So in my opinion, the hand stop actually wins on this one. And that's good because I use the CARVER FOREGRIP than most of them. So let's go ahead and test the next grip. Now, the next one that we got is going to be with the bipod. And now that we know that if you're standing up, this actually does not help at all, but once you're crouched, it does help significantly. So we're gonna go ahead and test, and just to make it equal with the hand stop, I will also be crouching. So let's go ahead and test the first one, the hand stop. Now let's go ahead and test with the bipod on the sled reflector, 15 meters out. And it does seem to have a little bit less recoil. It does seem to move a lot less. Like the visual recoil does seem to be a little bit less. And as you guys can see there is a significant amount of vertical recoil. Like, I mean, a lot less vertical recoil on the bipod. And then just for shits and giggles, we're going to do a test on this one. I'm just going to do it all the way here to the left of the 15 meters. I'll just do one more test while aiming down, like while standing up, and see how effective this bipod is. And there we go. So as you guys can see, yeah, if you're not crouching, the bipod will go significantly higher. But I mean, if you do like crouching, the bipod will definitely help you out a little bit more. Let's go with the next one. Now, the next one we'll be testing is this one, the Strife Angled. And this one actually doesn't give you recoil control, but it says it gives you accuracy, aiming stability, and aim walking steadiness. And I'll be testing it again, still against the hand stop. I decided that one because, I mean, most of the time when you're shooting a gun, you will be shooting at people that are not crouching, right? So most of the time you are going to be standing up. So let's go ahead and test the hand stop one more time. All right, and now let's go ahead and test the Strife Angle one. And again, this one doesn't have any recoil control. As you guys can see, just by that first test right there, we could definitely see that. So that bitch came out of nowhere and killed me, but we can definitely see that the recoil doesn't help, and the line doesn't seem to be straight or anything like that. So as far as this one goes right here, the Strife didn't really help out a lot. Now we're going to be choosing the last one, the Mark V1, because this one just gives you aim down sight speed and it doesn't have any cons. But we're going to go ahead and test it out, and we're going to line it up right next to this one, again standing 15 meters apart. And I've got the Strife one right now, and let's go ahead and test it out to see how it performs. And I'm gonna test it like right beside it because it doesn't seem to have like any doesn't seem to have how much recoil. I guess these ones does have. So I mean, by the looks of it and by all the tests, I do think that the hand stop is definitely the best one. But I mean, we can kind of see that the other one wasn't that bad. But at the end, just to summarize, by far, obviously, the bipod was the best with recoil control if you crouch. So I mean, that was definitely true on that part. And as far as just overall best recoil control if you're standing up, it is going to be the M1941 hand stop. All right, so if you just want the best overall for recoil control, go ahead and choose this one. But obviously from our test, the Mark V1 skeletal isn't a bad option. As you guys saw, I mean, the recoil control is not going to be that significant, right? As compared to the Modern Warfare weapons, like some grips just give you tremendous recoil control. And with this one's not going to be as big of a difference. So if you don't want to suffer with the recoil control, right? You want your gun to be pretty steady and you can control it, then I would suggest you maybe using the Mark V1 skeletal if you want to be a little bit more aggressive and you don't mind the recoil control on your gun. So this one's not going to be that bad. But again, if you're somebody that is definitely a little bit more laid back player and you crouch or you mount or you prone or anything like that, then bipod might definitely be the best one for you. But overall, players, we got this one. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think. Peace out, everybody. I'll see you all in the next one.